Hello, everyone. Welcome to Most Wanted Topics. I'm Kevin Dennison, your host, and with me, of course, is Atomic Tommy, broadcasting to you from our studio at Most Wanted Comics in beautiful Bloomington, Minnesota. Wow, what a good Thanksgiving. Tommy, did you have a good Thanksgiving?
Food was good.
We destroyed that bird.
We did.
You know, I tell you what's even better is the leftovers. We took down some turkey and then leftovers. My favorite leftover, of course, is doing the turkey, the cranberry sauce, the stuffing, put it together in a hoagie and making a big sandwich for leftovers. That's good eating right there. That's good Thanksgiving leftover.
You can move through a lot of leftovers with that.
You can. We made do. We definitely we made use of our leftovers too. So it was a fantastic holiday weekend. I hope everyone else had a great Thanksgiving. We're now on to the Christmas season officially. No more debates. Christmas music is in full swing here at the store. We started our next drive. We're done with the food drive. We are doing what's called Toys and Tushies. You can see the logo right here behind me. The Toys and Tushies drive is toys for the kids so they can have something under the tree. And then also they are in dire need of diapers and wipes. So we're trying to provide Union Gospel Mission with some good holiday cheer, with providing what they need. Their ask is for diapers and wipes. Of course, we don't want kids not to have toys at Christmas. We definitely want to do that. So keep bringing in the toys, keep bringing the diapers and the wipes. We really appreciate it. Every time you come in with toys and diapers and wipes, you get entered into a drawing, and that drawing consists of we're giving away two $25 gift certificates to our store, Most Wanted Comics, as well as a cool mini fridge. I can't remember what it was. It was like Call of Duty.
I don't know. It's a mini fridge. Can't go wrong.
You can't go wrong with a mini fridge. I think it was a Call of Duty, some cool little mini fridge that you can win for your man cave or she shed. So anyway, let's get into what came out and what you liked and didn't like, and what's coming out this week.
Yeah. So this was actually a pretty good week for comics. This was like one of the I read a lot of books this week. It was just one of those weeks where there's a lot to read, and almost all of them were actually pretty enjoyable. Obviously, there were the ones that weren't, like Amazing Spider-Man, but we already talked about that. We don't have to talk about it again. But so I picked a couple of books here, 3 books that came out this week. These were probably my favorites, or some of my favorites. Again, they were all pretty good. But to start, I haven't talked about Titans yet, but Titans number 5 came out. Written by Tom Taylor. Again, I really like Tom Taylor. Tom Taylor is a great writer. He's written some really good stuff. Again, I've mentioned this before, but I'm a really big fan of Deceased, which he wrote. Obviously, he wrote a bunch of the Injustice comics, too, which is also a great game, some great books. So Titans is being written by him. He's also writing Nightwing currently, which is a pretty popular title. We have a couple people on Nightwing here at the store, so... this is a good book. There are some things I like about it, some things I don't like about it. I really like how, they're taking more time here and really diving into, some of the characters like, Nightwing and the Flash and Beast Boy are pretty heavily focused on in this run so far. I'm not a huge fan. I mean, spoilers, but this is like, spoilers for like the first issue, but I'm not a huge fan of the Flash being shot in the back of the head in the first issue, but that's whatever. We've moved on from that at this point. But you know what? Yeah, it's an enjoyable book. It's an enjoyable run so far. I recommend maybe picking up and trying it out, especially if you like Nightwing. If you like Nightwing, you'll probably like this book too. This, the whole run, really.
Is it a good, or you can pick up anywhere, or should they start with number 1, or?
I mean, you don't have to start with number 1 if you don't want. If you can't find number 1, it's early enough on the run where you can pick up this issue and you can start, really. So
cool. I haven't read Titans yet, but I'll try it. I'll give it a read.
Next up, Batman Offworld number 1. I mentioned this last week as one of our looking forward to books, and it did not disappoint. This is Jason Aaron's first ever Batman book. And he did a great job. I really liked. This is a different kind of story. There are no sidekicks. There are no team ups. There's no other heroes for Batman to rely on. It's just him, and then outer space, alien, sci-fi world, having to learn to survive, and it's fun seeing Batman not know what, like, have to learn again. It's like, we've always looked at Batman as this, like, he's like super smart and super intelligent, and he can do anything with prep time and all that kind of stuff,
And buy anything.
And he can buy anything. But here, none of that matters anymore. He has to start over. He has to learn a whole new. He's in a completely unfamiliar environment. It's an awesome book. The art, Doug Mahnke is a local star here. He's a phenomenal artist. And, man, the art in this book is crazy. It is some stellar art in this book.
Doug Mahnke is at a level all of his own. I mean, we talked about this between Rockefeller, Mahnke. Man, I tell you what, those two guys, Mahnke is just, his pencil work is just unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean, the art in this book is crazy. Next book, Carnage #1. This book is dark. This is not for kids, man. This book, I picked it up. I saw the parental advisory.
Put a label warning on
I
that.
saw the parental advisory down at the little label down here, and I was like, man, can't be that bad. It was pretty bad. It was a pretty gruesome book, pretty dark book. And I gotta be honest, I'm kind of vibing with it. I think it's cool. It's it's what I want. It's what I want to read from a Carnage book. I think Marvel is no stranger to mature, darker stories. They've always had sort of a corner of the universe for that. But it feels like right now, especially with modern releases, there's a sort of a new focus on it. A lot of titles are sort of moving into that, darker horror, or even not even just horror, but just darker storytelling in general. I mean, things like Incredible Hulk is a great example, which has also been really good, which also came out this week.
Incredible Hulk is amazing.
Yeah, I mean that's another darker story, and so it just feels like Marvel is sort of making a bit of a soft switch to these more mature stories, which I am all for. Carnage #1 was great. If you have a chance to pick it up, give it a read.
Cool. So now what do we have to look forward to on Wednesday?
Coming up this week, we have Titans Beast World #1. That's one of the reasons why I picked to talk about Titans this week, was because next week is the start of their new Beast World event, which is supposed to be really big. I mean, they do like a huge event like all of the time. So, I'm not losing my crap over it or anything, but it should be interesting. The Titans are supposed to be the new Justice League now in the DC universe. So, I think that'll be good. So that starts next week. We have, switching to Marvel a little bit, Spider-Woman #1 comes out next week. Amazing Spider-Man Gang War First Strike comes out next week.
Ready for that one.
I was hesitant, debating whether or not I should mention it because I don't like to give that run the time of day. But I figured since they've been building up to it for a number of issues now, I should probably mention it.
Okay, go for it now. We're in it to win it now.
We're in it to win it. They've been running. If you haven't been reading Amazing Spider-Man, I envy you. But they've been sort of at the end of each issue throwing in a little like teaser for it. The past couple. I think maybe it was like it was this one this week, and I think it was maybe the last two before that. And it's all of the gang villains are plotting something, so we'll see where that goes. It's supposed to also be like a crossover, so it's supposed to feature like Elektra, Daredevil, Elektra, and or Elektra as Daredevil. I guess she's the new Daredevil. She has been for a little while. Miles Morales, I know She-Hulk. I think there's a couple more that I'm forgetting. But
I know
those
what
are the
you're
big ones.
forgetting. I'm going to remind you because it's a housekeeping issue, because we have this week Saturday Morning Adventures, because we have Minnesota great ERIK Burnham coming on Saturday.
Oh, yep.
So if you come in on Wednesday, come back on Saturday, have him sign the newest issue of Saturday Morning Adventures, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So I think that one comes out on Wednesday, doesn't it? I'm pretty sure.
Maybe. I think so, actually. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so I think that's even better, because our friend ERIK Burnham will be here at Most Wanted Comics Signing and Books, and I think his newest issue comes out on Wednesday.
I can fact check.
You can fact check
Very
that,
quickly,
but anyway, December 2nd, ERIK Burnham will be here at Most Wanted Comics So if you're in the area or want to travel to the store and see it for the first time, it's a good time because then you can meet a pro and he can sign autographs for you, and he does a great job. Now, on with that too, we're also open if you're watching this now. We're now open on Tuesdays. If you're watching this on Tuesday, we are now open on Tuesdays through January 3rd. So every Tuesday we'll be open through the holidays until January 3rd. Usually we're closed on Mondays and Tuesdays, but now we're going to be open on Tuesdays. So starting tomorrow, starting Tuesday, we're going to be open now through the holidays till January 3rd. So you can put that if you need to get more Christmas shopping done or need more time. You can spend time in our store or just want to come hang out with us. We like to hang out and talk comics and toys and pop culture. So make sure that you come in the store now because we're open Tuesdays. And then Saturday from 10 to 3, Eric Byrne will be here signing autographs. So make sure you get that taken care of as well. Tommy, what else do we have to cover?
You know what? I think that might about do it,
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if there was any more comics coming out next week I wanted to mention. Saturday Morning Adventures does come out. You were correct.
Yes, fact check that. Fact check, yep.
So yeah, you can come and pick that up. Get ready for Eric Burnham. So yeah,
what a great dude to talk to. If you haven't met him, you need to meet him too. He also did Ghostbusters. He's done Saturday Morning Adventures. He's done One Shot with Godzilla. He's done Galaxy Quest, Back to the Future. He's just done so many books. I mean, he's been around a long time as a pro. He's brilliant at what he does. So make sure you come out and meet him 10 to 3 a.m. on Saturday. And everybody, this is a shorter podcast than normal, but that's okay because we have some fun stuff we're working on. Hopefully next show we're going to have some original art show and tell for you, as well as we're going to start our show and tell. We're going to do comic book cribs. That's coming soon. So we've got some fun stuff in store for you guys. So you guys have a great week. Hopefully we'll see you Saturday at the store. Remember, the toy drive we're doing right now runs through December 14th. Make sure you stop by and drop off those diapers, wipes, and toys for the kids at Union Gospel Mission. And, you guys have a great week, everybody.